If you look at El Salvador, being a tropical country that was once forested, that is still has a huge amount of fertility. The past and what should be the future of a country like this in this region, in the tropics, is an agricultural country that is both able to feed itself and is able to export agricultural products to other countries. Because in the tropics is where you can grow things, much more so than in other countries. And up until very recently, El Salvador's been a predominantly agricultural country.
You know, if you see the ethics of permaculture and the basis of permaculture, everything leads you to see that this is not a new concept. What is new in permaculture is those disciplines of humanity coming together, integrated in one thing.
Permaculture is like an alternative to that urban sweatshop road of development, if you like, which is what the government's promoting. It's to say that that kind of society, an urban industrialized society, actually doesn't have a future. Not just in El Salvador that it doesn't have a future. Its future is very uncertain around the world because of the problem of peak oil, because of the problems of global warming, because of the overall environmental problems, problems of indebtedness of countries. I mean, the subject's huge. It's not a solution for El Salvador. But permaculture shows, if you like, another way of life that is a much more sustainable, as in that it can exist into the future, and sustainable in a way that it's not damaging the very earth on which we depend for everything that we need as humans.
Its origin is a matter of survival.
Right.
This is a matter of survival. You come to the point. That's why we are not interested in sort of building up showing off projects.
Our project is about education and training and changing your practices, and we'll be here with you for the long term, for as long as you need, helping you in every way we can, other than with material projects. Our work looks very different from other permaculture institutes because all we care about is that people are farming in a more natural way, protecting the land from erosion and reforesting and having a better diet and a better quality of life. And whatever it takes that will actually work, we'll constantly be evaluating and changing what we're teaching until we get something that we know is going to work in the communities and people can actually do within their resources.
Entonces, allí en ese municipio, estos dos personajes más 11 están trabajando con los agricultores, con las familias pobres, para enseñarles cómo esto actúa, cómo trabaja, cómo es posible ir fortaleciendo la salud a través de no utilizar químicos. Cómo es posible incrementar la producción a través de los recursos que se tienen en la finca. Cómo es posible sostener la biodiversidad con las semillas locales y el intercambio de semillas y conocimientos tradicionales y conocimientos de permacultura y conocimientos de agricultores follados como él, que le enseñan a cómo trabajar la tierra más naturalmente.
And the idea with Farmer to Farmer was that farmers would learn some simple practices of soil and water conservation and organic composts and planting of native seeds, and they would pass that knowledge on to other farmers, starting with their neighbours. So they would have a practice, they would have a demonstration plot, or they would practice it on their own land, and the neighbours would see what they were doing. And EPES is very much, it's a campesino organisation. People consider it to be formed by and created for subsistence farmers. The management committee, the board of directors are all subsistence farmers. The vast majority of our staff are subsistence farmers. So we kind of combine permaculture with the farmer-to-farmer methodology.
Me gustó quedarme en el proyecto, en los conocimientos de permacultura, porque era más práctico que teórico, ¿verdad? Y es una base fundamental para que el agricultor campesino lo entienda mejor. En la parte teórica, pues, bueno, solo el que puede leer, ¿verdad? Y escribir y todo, cabe. Pero en la práctica, bueno, vamos todos, ¿verdad? En general, allí no tenemos distinción. Bueno, por eso fue que me gustó y me quedé, ¿verdad? Y sigo trabajando allí en la permacultura.
Campesino a campesino es como se aprenden, por ejemplo, las experiencias, por ejemplo, que yo aprendo. Con otro campesino yo le transmito pues las experiencias, ¿verdad? De un campesino a otro. Y las ideas. Es una cuestión que es una cadena, ¿va? Como decimos, una red de campesinos. Campesinos es una red. Que sí, a medida vayamos organizando el trabajo, pues tiene que ser autónomo, tiene que haber un poder.
The culture in this country is that a rural lifestyle is something really kind of backward. And the future is to become this modern, industrialised, urbanised state. And once you take that road, then it's very hard not to follow the neoliberal model, because that's the structure within the whole world, and that an alternative has to be something that looks very different and that gives value to a self-sufficient lifestyle and gives value to agriculture and to rural living.
Permaculture is a revolutionary concept. It's a revolutionary philosophy.
So if a community is already quite sort of politically conscious and has a high level of organisation, then they grasp it much faster, and they can kind of see that it's in some way linked to their struggle for freedom and their struggle for land and their struggle for justice. Our vision statement says that we intend to build a network of ecologically sustainable rural communities that act as a beacon of light and hope, both for people within El Salvador and the rest of the world.